Hey, what's going on? It's Lando from the Snap. You can get me on Twitter at LandoFF. Our main account is Snap_Fantasy. Get into our DMs if you have some Dynasty questions. Specifically, what to do with Carson Wentz, what to do with some of these options in Philadelphia or in Indianapolis. We got you, Snap_Fantasy. But we are talking today about Carson Wentz. Where I have him ranked in Dynasty, what his outlook is for your Dynasty team, and then again in redraft formats as well. Should you be drafting Carson Wentz with Indianapolis? What kind of options does he have? Is he going to be good for fantasy football? So all that we're going to talk about today. So let me get to it. He got traded to the Colts. They traded a 2021 third round pick and a 2022 second round conditional pick that could turn into a first. I think it's a good deal for pretty much both teams. I'm not too concerned. The Philadelphia Eagles seem to have their future quarterback in Jalen Hurts, and now the Colts have a very good and very competent quarterback in Carson Wentz. The Colts are ready to win and get into the playoffs right away. So that's why I'm excited for Wentz and his options as well. He's got Michael Pittman, who is a very exciting rookie that I like. Paris Campbell, if he's healthy, he's a burner. He's a great elite option. He showed it in spurts when he was healthy. So I do really like Paris Campbell as well. And then he has the stud Jonathan Taylor behind him that can really carry the workload and perform. And don't get me wrong, I liked Miles Sanders, but he's definitely no Jonathan Taylor. The Indianapolis Colts actually gave up 31 less sacks than the Eagles last year. Check that out. My co-host Mac made a really great graphic on our Instagram, Snap_Fantasy. And so that means the outlook for Carson Wentz is going to be much better. He's going to have more time to throw the football. And now the Indianapolis Colts have the fourth most cap space in the NFL. So they could also attract one of these great free agent wide receivers. Allen Robinson, Kenny Golladay, Chris Godwin. All these guys, or I'm probably missing a few. Maybe T.Y. Hilton comes back to the Colts, but they could now sign with Indianapolis because they have a very competent quarterback in Wentz. Wentz is only 28 years old. Now, he also reunites with Frank Reich. Frank Reich was the offensive coordinator, or was a coach anyways, with the Eagles back in 2017. In that year, Carson Wentz's sophomore year, Carson was the quarterback 5. He threw for 33 touchdowns, only 7 interceptions, had almost 300 yards on the ground. So this seems to be a really good connection. It's probably one of the reasons why the Colts traded for Carson Wentz. And now they could have a guy that could be at the helm and behind center for the next 5 to 6 years. So in dynasty formats, if people really believe Carson Wentz could be a top 10 guy again, I think this is your chance to try to sell Carson Wentz, get some good draft capital, especially if you're in a super flex format. But I mean, now this is, if you have him in dynasty, if you've been holding on to Carson Wentz, knowing he's going to go somewhere else, this is probably the most you could be hoping for. He's in a spot with really good weapons, like I mentioned. He's got a ton of upside. He's once he starts hitting for the Colts, then maybe you trade him even higher and get some really good options if you want to get younger, if you're concerned with his injury. But I wouldn't be that concerned. I think he has a really good potential to be a late round option in redraft leagues as well. People aren't going to be super enthused with the Indianapolis Colts, maybe being a run first team with Jonathan Taylor probably going in the top 5 of your drafts. That why would you want a quarterback associated with that when it's going to be a run first team? But I do believe Jonathan Taylor could be a very viable pass catcher for him. Now, the only thing is Nyheim Hines. Now, Nyheim Hines had the best possible quarterback in Phillip Rivers. He was the check down king. But now I think this is a downgrade for Nyheim Hines. He's not going to get the check downs he once did. I think they're going to use Jonathan Taylor more and more through first down, second down, and third down. And when they get around the goal line, it's possible that Carson Wentz runs it in instead of putting in Nyheim Hines, checking it down, and using him a little bit more. So that's kind of my quick analysis. Hopefully you like this video. If you have any specific questions, like I said, get us in our DMs or comment down below on what you think this means for Carson Wentz. Right now, I've got Carson Wentz easily as a top 20 dynasty quarterback. He could really jump up into the top 15 if they sign one of these big name wide receivers. Thanks a lot, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and stay tuned all off season long while we have a ton of great content. Check out our rookie stuff as well. We've got stuff coming out every single week. Thanks.